About 2 weeks ago, I made a post wanting to find some of the more popular fan series or fan seasons of Total Drama. I have heard about a few of these here and there over the years, but never really gave them the time of day or really got into them. But seeing that those are really popular and people seem to like them to some degree, might as well give my thoughts about the bigger ones. And I'm going to be honest and say already that I'm pretty much going to be focusing on just two of them, mostly because there's too many to count overall. Plus, I know that these two have a bigger reputation. And lastly, from the fact that there's a lot of things that get announced and really don't go anywhere, or there's almost nothing to talk about at the moment. So, it's a quick double review of Gone Wild and Oskayi Island. And ending the sentence with Oskayi, let's start with that one first. From hearing all of the rumors and other thoughts about this series, it's that there's definitely potential here, but it's honestly being wasted a bit. Not in terms of the idea or the animation, because holy moly, the creator is really on the grind when it comes to making this series, from making the characters, giving them some bit of a backstory, and animating pretty much the entire thing by themselves, frame by frame, along with the background. That's pure dedication to the work. That's something that cannot be ignored, so I give them thumbs up on that. But where and what is the problem that I keep seeing being brought up by others who give their thoughts? That being somewhat of how the characters are handled. There are, so far, by the time of this review, 3 episodes. In the first episode, it's very similar to how Bucciarati starts off. You know, the whole plane scene with how characters interact with each other. Nothing wrong there. But then things start to slightly go downhill when this character pops up on screen, and that was the absolute core problem that many have with this series. That made it really hard for me to disagree when it came more and more true the further you get into it. That being the character Jesse. Look, I'll be straightforward. He's pretty much a self-insert. Now, honestly, that alone isn't really a problem. If you want to insert yourself into your own series of whatever it may be, then cool, good for you. But where the con starts to begin with Jesse is when he's written as this absolute main character Gary Stu. He's just cool through and through and does everything perfectly. He's the most wanted and dangerous teenager in Canada, even though he's 20. Already has 2 girls interested in him, saves everyone from falling out of the plane, nominates himself to be team captain because apparently really nobody else said otherwise, has a tattoo and everyone's impressed about it, along with the paper cut size scar he has next to it. And all of this was just in the first episode. And that doesn't even count for all the other things he does in episode 2 and 3. Wins challenges, carries his team to victory with his plans, a majority of screen time is dedicated to him or to make him look good to some amount. The Gary Stu archetype really becomes more evident as it goes on. And even if we were to take all those things away from the very highly possible fact Jesse is a self-insert, what's left is still a Gary Stu, and that kind of makes it hard to read or watch, because it makes you think, what's the point of the other 20 characters when this guy is 80% of the show, especially from the idea that the driving fact and huge reason why people enjoy the series of Total Drama were all of the different characters that you could root for. Now, I don't want to be too harsh because, again, the effort that's being put into this series is being done by a guy with the patience of a saint. He's been thinking about this stuff and technically working on it for nearly a decade. And then again as well, there's only 3 episodes. So maybe by the time of the 4th, 5th, or even 6th episode and beyond, the pacing and writing will ramp up and be better than ever. So I hope Oskayi Island gets a better rep, and that's not even taking into account anything to do with the creator personally and everything revolving around him. I don't want to talk about that because I don't care. You know, the series has potential, just gotta iron out those kinks. Okay, the next one I'll be talking about is Gone Wild. This one is rather similar to Oskayi as well, more or less done by one person, only 3 episodes so far, and the first episode starts the contestants on a plane again. I thought you people hated Bucciarati. What's with the parallels? Anyways, I can certainly say that the animation is not too bad, and the characters are actually pretty good. Now, of course, some are going to be a bit more one note than the rest, but that's how the original Total Drama functioned as well. So, not the biggest deal, and clearly Chad is just the best character. The only real thing I can think of that's a bit of a problem, and I honestly can't be too tough on this aspect, That being the audio for a good chunk of the voices aren't the best and are all over the place. Like, Chris sounds like he's talking through two different dimensions at the same time.
So, teams, you have to race through the island to get to the finish line somewhere deep in the forest. The last team to get to the finish line will be eliminating one of their members to go home and never come back. Go, go, go!
Which, I mean, saying it that way makes it funny to me, but seeing that most of the people, the voice actors, are just doing this for fun and not necessarily a job, not everyone is going to have the best microphone, so, oh well. I'm not even going to talk like I'm better because I don't know if anyone has ever figured this out. I don't have an actual microphone for my videos either, so yeah. And the only other issue, I guess, was that of episode 3 felt a little rushed in terms of pacing, mostly by the last minute or two, because if you blink once or twice, you would miss what would happen, and also from the fact that Chris is just gone and replaced because, yes, and there's this new character added because, yes again. So yeah, Gone Wild is pretty good overall. Both of the series have rather nice potential, and I know what some of you might be thinking or typing now. What about Blue and TD Reunion? I don't need to talk about Blue, because everyone knows about Blue and his project by this point. Everyone. I'm trying to show a little bit of appreciation for the other people who are also busting their ass for their series as well. It would be slightly discouraging to just praise one person when others are just doing the same thing. Plus, remember what I said earlier? There's not much to talk about if there's nothing there. No episodes yet for TD Reunion, and all there is right now is just hyper speculation. So yeah, if there is anything I could say about TD Reunion right now, I just hope it has the most insane plot twist ever. Like, forget characters who would need to win or who fans want to see win. Just do your thing, Blue. If you are watching this by some weird chance, it's your project. Although I can't guarantee with a lot of fan influence. Do what you think is good. Can't exactly be your series if everyone is just going to try and tell you what to do on your own channel of all things. Now, I know there are another handful of fan seasons being done. Like, I heard about Redonkulous Race 2, and then others. But again, I wanted to focus on the bigger 2.5 that are being worked on with some creativity to it. Hopefully Gone Wild, the pacing gets a little bit better. Oskayi gets some... I always forget how to pronounce that properly. I'm bad. I apologize if I messed that up throughout the video. I hope that one also gets better, and then I hope TD Reunion just doesn't exactly, you know, just kind of cater to fans entirely. It's just like, oh, well, we want this, we want that. But it's just like, oh, but this is Blue's thing. It's not exactly going to be all that fun if it's just going to be, you know, what everyone essentially wants. Which, I mean, would be a good thing, but it's like still... So, yeah, enough rambling. That's pretty much the end of the video. I thank you guys who gave me the suggestions on the Reddit. Oh, yeah, and shout out to Ace on the Reddit, who's, like, the hero of that place, who comments on, like, everything, basically. So, yeah, that's pretty much the end of the video. So, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you have any sort of questions, I'll try to answer them the best I can or whatever. You know what to do with all the links I provide. Stay safe out there. Thank you for watching. That's greatly appreciated, of course. Have a great day, have a great night, and everything else you know what to do. Bye.